On this episode of Gas Station Cappuccino, Dean is back. Danny and Dean discuss board games, butts up, racquetball, and a little weightlifting. Welcome to Gas Station Cappuccino. And good news for everybody is that Dean is back.
Episode 78.
Episode 78.
It's good to be back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In general, I'm happy you were doing those solo shows. Happy we're getting back on the groove of getting back into the podcast. And people were blowing us up on the DMs. People were kind of let down that we stopped doing them. Man. But it wasn't by choice. We just had to catch up on some things.
But here we are.
There
it is.
Here now. I'm also grabbing the microphone right now like a rock star.
Yeah, I see that. Can you hear okay? Your sound level's all right?
I can hear you.
Is that better?
Super
is that
loud.
better?
That is better.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So, Dean.
Yeah.
I see you're wearing a different ring.
Yes.
Wedding ring.
Yes. My original my real wedding ring. So I got it obviously when we first got married and for the, ceremony and this and that. And it was always a little big, but I was also a bigger person. Weightlifting, Dean, I was about 190.
They say it's
195.
It's always important just to try and be the bigger person.
Yeah, I was trying to be the bigger man. And so, if it was still loose then, and also ate a lot different then, obviously a lot more sodium, a lot more just keeping on more water weight too is important as a weightlifter.
Yeah.
So, just fit different. And then over time, I started wearing the rubber rings, obviously for, during training, not that everybody does that, but blah, blah, blah. Then it kind of got in the groove of just oh man, this thing's so light and comfy. I'm just going to keep wearing this thing instead of this really nice gold one I have or whatever.
Kind of ironic. Most time when people get married, they stop wearing rubber.
Yes, exactly.
You went the other way.
In this case, I went all in.
You got married, started wearing rubber.
That's true. And then, long story short, few years go by and I haven't really been wearing it. And then I go to put it on one day and it just falls right off.
Yeah.
So took it in, got it resized, and now I'm just going to never take it off and not probably use rubber ones anymore. And if I train, I'm just going to
take it off.
Or leave it on.
Just let it ride?
I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't know. I think those horror videos or pictures of what would you have to catch? Think about it in the gym setting.
You're talking about when it rips the skin off
the whole
your finger
off. Yeah.
Oh God.
What would you have to catch your finger on for that to happen? Like a hook?
I'll tell you this from what I've kind of seen those. You're lucky if it takes your finger off the whole thing.
Why?
Because it's that, or you see the one where it just de-skins them.
That's what I was talking about.
I think I'd rather
de-skinning. That's what that's what they're talking about.
I'd rather the whole thing go. I think
the de-skinning one looked fucked.
I figure boom, no finger. It's all right. Now you just don't have a ring finger on that hand. I kind of feel like that's.
You can put it back on,
maybe, or you don't have it. The whole the going through that the skin thing.
Not having a ring finger has to be rare. Because how does that finger go away? How does that finger get caught off without compromising surrounding fingers?
That's good. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because that would be pretty rare occasion.
I dated this
unless it got chopped off by the mafia, yakuza.
Yeah, I get you. I get you toted. This girl I dated in high school, her grandfather was missing his pointer finger on one hand, and so there's actually. And he'd go hunting a lot.
I could see that, though.
His middle finger as his trigger finger.
I can see that. That makes sense, though, because your thumb doesn't block it. Easily can get compromised.
Yeah.
Where that other one is...
Degloved. That's what it's called, I think, when the skin comes off.
I bet you whatever story he told you probably wasn't true. That sounds like the finger that goes in a gambler's debt.
Yeah. No, I think he was like a kid on a fucking little red wagon and they got caught up on a rope and yanked it off or something like that.
Or he wasn't paying up in jacks.
Or he owed, yeah.
Remember the game Jacks where you bounce the rubber ball? Yeah. You got to scrape up all the jacks. That game probably hasn't been talked about yet today in this world.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now is that last night
in Sacramento, I'm probably the only person talking about jacks right now.
Well, last night, we'll talk about throwback games, little four corners going on at the Lear House.
Oh.
Except for Jessica worked, so just me and the girls. And so then we played.
Four corners with the ball?
Three corners. They played a little different. I don't remember exactly how we played it when I was a kid. No, like inside, like rainy days sometimes during recess, like get kids out of chairs and stuff.
I can't remember how that game goes. I remember the name.
So there's the four corners of the room. You number them 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you say go, and you got like whatever 5 seconds, or you count down from 5, and everyone has to run to a new corner, and then the person in the middle, whatever, randomly draws a number and it says that number or something like that. And if you're in that corner, then you're out. And then they do it again. Ready, go. And then you run a new corners, new pull number, and then that number is out and everybody else ready, go. And so you see if you need the last one standing. But it's a game of pure luck.
But fun. That sounds fun.
Yeah, you run around. But so playing 3 corners and there's only 3 of you is a little different because
it's a quick game.
It's a quick game. Quick, ready, go, fight. And then
everybody can go to the same corner. Can everybody be in the same corner?
Yeah,
everybody goes out at once.
We tried to spread it out a little. So how it worked is 3 corners, but only 2 people running between them. The third person just pulled the number.
So it's 2 corners.
It was really 2 corners, yeah. And Nora's 2 years old, so she didn't really understand what was going on. But she was running around having fun, and sometimes she'd pull a number. And Nora, what number's that one? 2 corner. And then there's like a fucking 3 on it. I'm like way off. I can't get a straight answer from her.
Yeah. She wants to just, she's manipulating the game in her favor.
Oh my God. Dude, speaking of board games, we got this game.
Ouija board.
Oh my God. Yeah, I got the girls on the Ouija board. No, doing, it's called Bugs in the Kitchen.
Okay.
And so how it's set up is there's this board that has a little barrier on it that's whatever, an inch tall or so.
Okay.
And then there are breaks in the barrier on the 4 corners.
Okay.
And so when you play, you get one of those corners as your like area. Okay. And then there's in it, there's a series of little plastic forks and knives and spoons that are movable barriers. Now, not totally movable. You can only spin them. Like turn them so they can go like vertical or horizontal.
Attached to the board.
They attach to the board. And so then there is a bug that's like the size of a live cockroach that is electronic. It has a battery in it. You turn it on and it just fucking vibrates. And so it kind of like skips around on this board,
like
vibrating.
That old school football game.
Yeah. And so when it's your turn, whenever you roll a dice, and if it's a spoon, then you get to turn any spoon on the board. And so you try to like guide the creepy as hell bug to like shimmy into your corner.
Oh, so you want it. You don't want it to go in someone else's corner.
Right. You want it to go to yours. So you turn the things to try and get into yours. So really kind of complicated game. I think I actually did a decent job explaining it.
No, it sounds pretty like I can play right now.
So the thing is we're setting it up. We didn't know, like how, whatever. We got it for Christmas for the girls because we do like game night once a week. But we set it up, and the first time I turn this thing on, it just starts fucking shaking.
Yeah,
like it is the creepiest fucking. Like if I took that thing here and just like turned it on and set it in Kristen's office, she would.
Is it like a realistic looking, or is it like a fun, bright colors?
It's realistic looking.
Okay,
I mean, it has some orange on it. Like it's not, but it's. I mean, it's pretty realistic looking, and it just like shakes, like so it moves around, so it'll go wherever. Anyway, it's
that sounds fun though. It sounds like it would take a long time.
It goes pretty quick because the board's not huge,
Okay,
and if you turn the right spoon, whatever, and you got a clear path straight into your thing. Tell you, we played the other night, and those girls never stood a chance. I waxed that ass.
That sounds fun.
Oh yeah,
it sounds fun. It's like one of those new games at like Target, or where'd you guys see it?
I don't know. My wife does all the Christmas shopping.
Target. You just go in there now, and there's just so many new.
Oh yeah,
but they're not like board games now, right? The new modern game is like that.
Right. There's an electronic piece to it.
There's an electronic piece, or it's like a plastic contraption where you spin the pie in the face, or you pull the snot out of the thing's nose, and then it like there's all these weird like item games. Well, I don't know how to explain it. Like there's like one big piece that everybody interacts with the same piece.
Well, we have one that's called Pop the Pig. And so it's this pig, and however it works is you roll. Oh, shit, we haven't played in a while now. I think basically you roll a dice, and whatever number it says is how many of these like tokens you put in this pig's mouth or whatever, right?
Yep.
And then its belly gets bigger and bigger as it fills with these things.
I've seen that game.
And then eventually it just like its head pops off or something.
I've seen that one. I've seen that. Yeah.
And
exactly my point. Like, that's kind of like the modern game.
Right. Or there's actually a good one. I would actually highly recommend this one. It's actually a lot of fun. It's called Don't Wake Daddy.
Oh yeah, classic.
Oh, is that one?
That's old school.
Okay, yeah, but still, it's got to interact.
Flies up.
Yeah, it's interacting. And you press the alarm clock so many times, the snooze button, and it eventually flies up.
That's a remake of because that game was,
and you got to go back to bed.
That game was popular when I was young, like late night, like mid to late 90s.
I'd never heard of it until we got it. whatever, a couple years ago.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I had these neighbors at the end of the block back when we were kids growing up, and they were a big game family. Like they had every game. They had they had a room, like a closet room, like in the hallway that was just packed with hundreds of games.
Right.
Puzzles, games, some Polly Pockets and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But it was like, dude, they had every game.
Polly Pockets, flashlights.
Dude, flashlights, Polly Pockets, Dad's porn stash, underneath Monopoly, limited edition.
A bunch of 80s, early 80s Playboys.
Oh yeah.
Weird
the good stuff.
The good
No, but yeah, that was that game's been around. I remember this one game was really cool where it was like the icebreaker game. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was like elevated
and
and there was like a polar bear or there was some kind of figure that was in the middle, or you can put it wherever you want. I can't remember what it was. But you have to hit the little ice cubes out.
Oh shit.
And it was basically like Jenga.
Yeah.
But with ice cubes. And whoever knocked it all out loses.
Right.
That game was fucking fun. That game you could you can gamble with that game.
We got Operation for Christmas.
Operation's good. It's harder than you'd think.
It's hella hard.
It's not easy.
It's hella
I don't know
hard.
if they've made it in this like coddle society, if they've made it easier.
No,
I don't know. But when you were a kid, that game was hard.
It's hella hard. And let me tell you something else, is I've actually determined it's much more difficult than actual performing an operation.
Probably.
Because I went to neighbor Mike's vet clinic, I was telling you. I took the girls out there to take a look at all the animals that are waking up in the cages after their surgeries.
Yeah.
And we saw a spay and a neuter live, both of them, back to back.
Yeah.
Hey girls, look, here's that kitty's he didn't know what to say. Here's that's the balls. Those are the cat balls. Cat nuts.
I think
testicles. What do you want? Whatever.
I think I know somebody who has their dog's testicles.
Oh, really?
From that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll keep that private. Who that is?
I
don't want to out somebody.
I think I know,
but
I have an idea.
Yeah. So that's so people do that apparently.
That's weird. That's what we're talking about. The other night we had people over talking about the whole like eating your placenta thing.
Yeah, that's interesting too.
Sometimes people take it. I can wrap my head around like when they send it off and they dry it out and put it in pills.
Yeah,
like, I'll take some placenta pills.
Yeah,
whatever. But some people don't. They just they heat it up, like cook and eat it.
That's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird.
Like what is that?
And you know what too? Here's another people.
I don't care how healthy it is.
People might hate me for this, but it's like they say, oh, look in nature. It's what a fucking lion. That's what my dog does. Yeah, your dog also licks his own ass.
Yeah, and eats
shit.
It eats shit out of babies' diapers.
Yeah.
So I put a diaper. So I put Phil. I was changing my son on the floor.
Oh my god!
And yeah, you can tell where this story's going.
Oh yeah.
And I put the diaper down, and then I put him in his little pack and play or whatever to go use the restroom myself. I come back out, the fucking diaper's
ripped
up. It's just totally
Shit
cleaned
everywhere.
out.
Shit everywhere.
No, he did a very good job of cleaning it all out. And that fucking was pretty brutal to see.
Well, good news about that actually is think of all the money you're going to save on dog food.
Yeah, just keep feeding them Brock's poop.
Just keep dumping it right in the bowl.
Yeah, dude, foul.
That's gross.
So foul.
Yeah,
but then again, I've seen him eat cat shit. So like, what's the difference?
Yeah, dog shit's actually probably better.
It's just
or human shit.
It's just
better,
just
sure.
breast milk or whatever in poop form.
Isn't the grossest like what newborn baby one's like that meconium? It's like that tar black shit. It's like while they're getting all the like in vitro fluids out of them.
Oh, when they're like firstborn.
Yeah, like firstborn, like the first couple days.
Yeah,
God, that's a whole. This episode's really taking a turn.
Yeah, it's went south. No,
I am excited when the girls get old enough to play games that involve more skill. Back to board games, because you know what games I fucking hate is Candyland. Right?
They're all luck games.
Well, because
you start to realize all these games were luck back then.
So Candyland is zero skill. There's absolutely nothing you can do to help yourself win or lose. Zero. Nothing.
Nope.
You have no decision making. You pull a card, whatever the fuck it says, your player moves. And I despise that. I fucking hate it. Because when you win, there's like no satisfaction. Well, there's very little. A little part of you is still like you won. That's kind of nice. But there's no meaningful like excitement because you fucking know you had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And when you lose, you're like a little frustrated because you're like, there was nothing that was this ridiculous. Like it's silly.
The best, see, that's where I get into where my mind starts to turn is that's when you pull out the cash. And you start playing Candyland for money. See, because then it's fun.
And then it's fun, but yeah, because then at least there's something riding on the card. Yeah, if you can't decide,
it's all luck, but like that makes it fun though. So it's like shooting craps is luck too. There's no skill to that.
That's true.
Like blackjack. Like you can finagle the odds, but then again, you can use those same card counting skills in fucking Candyland.
Kind of. Well, no, because you can't. Yeah, you could if you're betting on it.
If you knew what cards were already used and you memorize like what all the cards are.
Yeah.
And you keep track of what everybody else has already got.
Are you betting like per card you pull?
No, but you could. Depends on how you play.
That's true.
You can make up it your own way. But I would love to play like a high stakes game of Candyland, like $100 game. How many players can play at once?
I don't know. I think there might be six.
Wow, that's a lot of people. That can be $600.
Yeah. 4 at least for sure. It might be 6.
That would be so much fun and exhilarating.
Oh, dude. Well, so now at least Maddie gets Connect 4. She's pretty good. And so I'm playing her in Connect 4. And you don't let him win, obviously. But after, winning a couple rounds, hitting that, win on the angles with kids. They're always looking straight across. You hit the angles, you're good. Like I would just set it up. And so it's like, as soon as she goes in this empty spot, I'm just going to go on top of that and win.
I think we talked about this before, but Kelsey just is so good at Connect 4.
So here's the thing though. So I teach her, she's like, what's like, how are you beating me? How'd you, and I'm like, all right, this is what I did. And like, I totally explained how I set her up and like, this is what I did. Right. Like 2 games later, I'm not really paying attention and she fucking beats me. I'm like, oh, dude.
She played you.
6-year-old. Yeah. I'm like, my 6-year-old's beat me. I got to focus. I can't, there's no.
That's great. Where you just kind of look at it and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. And then we didn't play for like a couple weeks. And a couple weeks we come back and then I'm sitting there and she calls it out. She's like, oh, I see what you're doing. And I was like, oh shit. She totally remembered a couple weeks later. So you gotta be careful.
Well, that's good. That means that she listened.
She just wants to win.
Yeah. That's winning mindset. Yeah, dude. Board games, man. That's so fun.
So fun.
I love board games. It's funny. Every time we're at Target, I always look at the board games and I never buy them, but I always want to. Kelsey always shuts me down.
It's actually why
I really like Sorry.
Oh yeah, we got Sorry.
Sorry's fun.
We just got.
Don't really know any skill to Sorry either, but fun.
Well, not a ton, but there's a little bit because you can trade with other players. Like sometimes you get a card and they have options.
And swap or not.
And you choose which piece you move. So like you might pull.
You're right.
Pull a 7, but it's like, and then also I think it's the 7s that you can split that between 2 pawns. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you move one a certain amount or the other one a certain amount. So at least that one's like 50-50. It's like half skill, but then it's half just kind of what the cards come up, So I can deal with that because at least I feel like if I really like think about it and make the right moves, it increases my chances.
I think my favorite board game of all time,
Hungry Hippo.
That's a good one, but you got to play with no, not Hungry Hippo. What's the other one with the alligator?
Oh
you pull the teeth, but you replace the teeth with razor blades. No. I love Stratego. So
I don't even know anything about Stratego.
So Stratego, dude, it's easy but really fun. Stratego in a nutshell is you have a flag, right? It's basically capture the flag. There's it's a pretty large board, and you have I don't remember exactly how many pieces. You have a lot of pieces though, right? They look like little stands. They stand about this big. They're plastic, and they have a value.
Yeah,
it's like 1 through 10, and 10 being the strongest.
Right.
So it's almost like a chess thing, but then so the player can't see your pieces, right? There's an image on one side and it's blank on the other, and you place the flag wherever you want on your side,
right?
And then you protect it with like bombs or stronger valued opponents.
Got it.
And your goal is to take your other person's flag by moving these pieces around. You get 1 move per turn or whatever, and it's super fun, because like if a 4 runs into a 1. The 4 takes the 1.
Right.
So that's basically how it goes. So you place your pieces wherever you want and then protect your bomb however you want, or leave it unprotected to try and like draw them off course.
Like chess. It is like chess.
It is, but it's like there's not as much like memorization and like a formula, right? Like chess, there's like formulas where you can like almost always win, or like unless you're playing another master.
Yeah, or unless you're playing another schmuck.
There's just too many because you can put the pieces wherever you want.
Yeah,
it totally like makes the possibilities like infinity, right?
I'd actually like to start playing chess a little bit.
Know who's fucking good at chess? Remember fucking Harrison?
Oh yeah,
motherfucker's lights out at chess.
Guy could barely tie his shoes.
But dude, that kid, he was so good at chess.
Did you play him?
All the time. I'd play him here.
Really?
I'd play him here, and then I'd play him at the CrossFit games.
Oh yeah. We have a board here?
He would spank. No, he would bring it. Like he played. Like he had his own like set.
Oh my god.
Like he played chess. Like he was good. Like he would beat me fast.
I
used to think that I was like decent at chess.
Man, I haven't played chess in so long.
I used to play on the computer.
Oh yeah.
Against the computer, on the computer. Like built into like, Microsoft, whatever back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to play on there a lot. And it's funny because you said you did the same thing. I think a lot of people do that, but
yeah.
It's dude, yeah. He was good.
I've got a
set my ass up.
I've got a Simpsons chess set.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
You ever seen was a Big Bang Theory? They got like that like tiered chess set.
Oh no.
So it's like the same board, right?
Yeah.
But it's supposed to make it like harder to visualize. So it's like the same board, but then it's cut into different like pieces and then different levels.
Oh shit.
So it's in the same order,
but it's hard.
But it's staggered.
Yeah.
And like goes up.
Yeah.
And that's how they play each other.
Oh god.
So it's like, yeah, it's weird. I don't really watch the show much, but I remember seeing like an episode where like that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, dude, I always like love the idea of like how those people like in New York City, right?
In the park.
Playing chess at the park on those pieces of paper, the paper chessboards.
Yep.
And they got the pieces like playing there all day for money. Like that's so tight. Like that's awesome. Like sitting there just gambling, playing chess.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of old dudes. Like that's so fun to me. It's like going out and playing poker with your poker buddies, but you just go to the park every day and just play chess for money. Like that sounds like a great time.
That sounds like a retirement plan.
It does. It's like what? Like, oh, let's just go to the beautiful park in the middle of New York City and just fucking play chess and like enjoy the nice air, fucking smoke stoves with your buddies.
Last time I was in Santa Monica.
They're drinking. And,
in Santa Monica, right on the beach, there's a little park set up where there's like a dozen tables or so that have the chessboards on the top of the tables.
Like etched in or whatever.
And it's like on the beach too. So it's like, that could be cool, Yeah. Just go sit down.
Yeah.
That's a good place for chess.
Yeah. Yeah. Chess is one of those things where it's like, there's so much information out on chess and how to play and like be good at chess. And like, it's interesting because if you don't do all that, you're just going to get your ass beat.
Well,
unless you play all the time.
And then that makes me think too, talking about chess like this, really just kind of going around. But I've just finished reading the Andre Agassi book, Open by Andre Agassi. Yeah. And the way he talks about tennis is, he played his entire, his father taped a ping pong paddle to his hand when he was an infant before he could roll over and had him swinging at a mobile that looked like tennis balls in his crib. So it's actually his entire life. He's been doing it, And also one more little thing there to kind of point it out is when he was starting, I believe at 4 years old, through there, he was hitting 2,500 balls a day. His dad had a machine out back, and because 2,500 a day equals $1 million in a year, and his dad figured any kid that hits 1 million balls a year is going to be pretty good. And then he
was pretty right,
and he cranked up the machine so it threw faster than what it came from the factory, and then he set it up on a stand so it was coming down at a more aggressive angle. Wow. And so Andre's 7 years old. When he was 7, his dad cranked the speed up, raised it up. He's like, all right. And so then he was beating adults all the time in tennis.
Simulate like a serve?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So he's playing off the serve 2,500 times a day.
Yep. And his dad pushed it up to the net.
Like how many times is he loading up that machine?
So that's the thing is they just all day or whatever, hours, literally hours. So anyway, so he talks about, the game into being like chess, right? Like as far as, when you're good, you're not playing shot to shot. You're playing 4 shots ahead. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, you want to hit this ball up the line because if you know your opponent, especially if it's a second set, whatever, you guys have been playing for a while. Mm-hmm. Okay, I know if I hit this up the line, he's probably going to hit it back up the line, which will set me up for a cross-court shot or backhand up the line.
Well, you start to do the same thing even like in ping pong.
Right, exactly. In ping pong, the exact same thing. If I know your when you hit a backhand, you generally hit it up the line. Like I'll hit to your backhand. So you do that to set up a forearm kill shot. Mm-hmm. Or I used to play a lot of racquetball for a while. I worked at this gym that had a racquetball court.
I always wanted to get into racquetball and just never did.
It is so much fun. And so that's the exact same thing. The entire time you're setting people up or you just want to control center court.
You have to hit it up over the line, right? Is that
it just has to hit the wall.
That's it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so
how many bounces can it take?
Just one. If it bounces a second time,
that's point.
Or when you hit it, if it hits the floor before the wall, then that's the other person's point.
Yes. And what if you hit it from the wall and it hits the wall behind you?
All good.
So
no. It has to.
So if it hits the wall behind you, then it hits the ground, then you still have a chance to hit it towards the wall?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It just can, it can hit so on serve, it can't. When you serve, it has to hit the front wall first, but it can hit the front wall and the side wall, and it has to land on the ground past the line, but before the wall.
On the serve.
But not on a serve. You can hit it off the front wall and it goes all the way to the back wall. That's totally fine. That's like actually a pretty good shot.
And the other person almost has to wait for it to come and then hit it.
Yep.
Hit it coming at the same direction that they're swinging.
Yep. Super awkward. Or you can hit on the ceiling.
But it's hard to get that ball to go that far, right? Because the way it's designed?
Nah, you can rip it.
No.
You got to rip it pretty good. But you can totally do it. But it's all placing shots. The same thing. You just want to control the center of the court. So like you hit shots not to score, but to move the other person. So that's like that long shot. Like you'll hit it so it goes over their head. So they back up. Then when they back up, you just fucking get in front of them. Stand in the middle of the court. Mm-hmm. And then you're controlling center court and you can run them behind you.
Join a racket club.
No, I would love to play again. So I worked at this gym.
You gotta have good knees.
Well, I worked at this gym for 3-4 years. And there was one court in there, but it was like people would come in and need someone to play. So I'd just play them.
The CalFit up here down the street, they got like 6 courts.
Oh, yeah.
They got a huge build out inside. They always have. Because I always remember like when I was younger, like doing the Globo gym thing in like middle school, like freshman year, high school, like watching the guys play racquetball. I'm like, man, I want to play that.
Dudes get after it.
Oh, yeah. It's like well, it's funny because then these guys start kind of, big dick in the courts and not ever letting anybody else play. Yeah. But I don't know if they have rules for that now. Maybe you have to like sign up for like a time slot.
Well, it's kind of self-policing because what happens too then is like when the ball hits you, it kind of hurts, right? And it happens on accident all the time. And so, you're playing someone if they're kind of doing some stuff that you don't like, you just put one right in the love handle.
Ooh.
Just hammer a shot right in there in the soft spot of the back. All of a sudden, sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Right. And then, but they know. And then kind of, it's a self-policing game.
Okay. So how are this games going?
Uh-huh. Yeah, seriously. That's kind of how it goes.
Self-policing.
Yeah.
You give a little racket to the shin.
Just kind of let them know it's that.
On the through swing.
On the coming through. That's the main thing. Dude, doubles, it's a fucking war zone.
That sounds like too much.
It's small little room. There's 4 grown men in there swinging rackets. That shit's intense.
That sounds like too much.
Yeah, there's a lot.
One-on-one.
One-on-one's the way to go.
It's teams, and then someone loses it because then you have no control if someone loses it for you. And
tell you what, you're moving. With teams, though, you don't have to move as much.
Well, at least with teams, you got someone to blame.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That is the key. That's the key. What's fucked too when you play teams is what's rough is serving because the other guy in your team, he's got to be like in the box also, like off to the side. So you're just like off to the side and the guy's serving and you're like, man, like, there's about a 10% chance he mishits this and is coming right fucking at me. And I'm just standing here against a wall, my back to a wall. You can only move so many directions.
Yeah.
Not real mobile when you're standing there.
Yeah. It's racquetball sounds fun.
Yeah. Now I want to play.
There's I think in my high school we had outdoor courts, but then there was
like handball.
There was handball courts. Yeah, exactly.
Like in prison.
But I'm sure you could still play racquetball on a handball court.
Well, you need walls.
The sides they had these big circular holes in them. It was just for handball.
Yeah, you need walls.
It's funny because like the kids that played the handball were always all the kids that are probably in prison now.
Yeah, because their parents were in prison because their parents taught them how to play. They'd go to the park and play as kids because their parents played in prison. It's a systemic thing.
It's a bonding thing.
It's a systemic thing.
It's bonding. What's going on. Bonding. Handball. What are the rules of handball?
I don't know the answer.
All I know is that Butts Up is the best wall ball game there is. Remember Butts Up?
Yeah.
The tennis ball, and then it's basically racquetball without walls, but not really. If you don't. So what was the rule?
If it bounced twice, though, then you got to go line up, and we
did it where so you got to hit the wall on the fly.
Yeah.
If it hits the ground before it hits the wall, then you got to run and touch the wall before someone else scoops it up and hits it at the wall, throws it at the wall. So if that happens, then you got to line up, butts out, and then one person gets to fucking try and rip it up your butt.
Yeah.
We used to play that in 4th, 5th, 6th grade.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even started in 3rd. You start in 3rd, and then I think you go till 6th, and then I think by the time I was out of elementary school, I think that was kind of shut down.
Well, that gives you time to, as your arm strength and you're hitting it harder, you're also getting your ass calloused a little more, so it doesn't hurt as bad as you get older.
Well, shit, by 4th grade, I was already, 5 years into Little League at least? I was ripping.
Yeah.
All the baseball kids were like, obviously that was our time to shine at school.
Coming at you.
Yeah. And the soccer kids would always dominate kickball.
Oh, yeah. Great game.
And then the basketball kids obviously dominated the basketball. But we weren't really playing baseball at school. So our game was kind of the wall ball.
No, it's too baseball. It's too
or butts up.
Needs too much the coordination. Like as far as coordinating.
Yeah,
the teams,
not anybody can just pick it up and just have a bunch of fun doing it, right? Where basketball, you can just kind of throw it up and it might go in with some luck.
You need 2 guys.
And also having somebody pitch
in
baseball is not an easy thing. Unless you're just lobbing it in or something. I loved kickball. There's a kickball league downtown that's super popular. There's it's super organized, it's full on league.
Can you get them out by hitting them with the ball?
No, I think you have to catch it. Yeah, you have to catch it kind of
it's or at the base or whatever.
Yeah, I don't actually, you know what? I'm not sure. I have to ask my buddy. I'm not positive. I don't think you can hit him though.
When I coached PE, we play kickball and you get him out, you light him up.
Yeah, that's how we used to play. That's how we used to play for PE. Yeah, that's how we played in school.
Yeah.
And now.
But if you hit them in the head, they're still out.
Yeah. And you get told not to do that next time.
Yeah, hey, watch it. Let's keep that down.
Actually, you can even to make it safe, you can always just say you hit it. Then you get one warning, do it again, then your team loses an out the next round.
Yeah.
You don't want people getting hit in the head.
No.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember my buddy Aaron, he would kick the ball so damn far. Big soccer player, scholarship. But he would just I remember just that little red ball, so much bounce, so much air that you can hear the sound still. You can still hear the sound. Anyways, he would just kick it so far, it'd just blow your mind.
Man, I'll tell you.
It'd be like in a movie, you see this ball just disappear into the air. That's what it looked like.
That video went viral a couple weeks ago or a week ago of that kicker just drained a 70-yard field goal fucking around in warm-ups. Did you see that?
With the football?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
forget it was I don't remember if it was a college guy or if it was a pro guy. It might have been the LSU or was it a pro guy?
Was it indoor stadium?
They're outside and they're warming up and he's just just boots his ball, hammers it 70 yards out straight through the uprights. And so then it was discussion all right, is this going because field goals are being made from further and further distances, whatever. And it's hey, is this going to be a normal thing at some point? And how different would the game be if 70-yard field goals were normal?
Yeah.
You only got to get it to the 40.
Well, it's funny now, think about it, 50-yard field goals are happening almost every other game.
Oh, yeah.
Where that used to be 50 yards.
Oh, 50 is no big deal.
What? Nowadays, 50 is if you're not kicking at 50 yards, you're probably not on a team.
Oh, well,
if you're not making 2 out of 3 from 50 yards, you're probably not on a pro team.
Well, I think I told you. I think it was 52. Is high school state championship down in the town I live in.
Mm-hmm.
It's down to the wire. They're losing. They're down by 2 in the rain. This high school kid drains a 52-yarder.
Nice.
I'm just holy shit.
Yeah.
And that's how they win.
Yep.
To win the game. Talk about ice cold veins.
It's funny. I started thinking about that. I was man, I need to start going to more. High school football games. Those are always fun.
Yeah,
to be at. At least your old high school. There's something about the environment.
Oh yeah.
Even though my kids won't go there because I don't live in this area, but
still,
I don't know. I always thought it would be fun to revisit it as a parent. I'm excited to be a parent and go to games.
Good, clean fun on a Friday night.
Yeah, it is. You get some junk food, nachos, and a soda, and freeze your ass off in the stadium. Maybe bring some Mad Dog 2020 the old days.
Just like high school.
Some Mad Dog 2020 and some Copenhagen snuff. And,
some snooze. get some snooze and, exactly. Some Goldschlager.
Some Goldschlager.
You know, make a night of it.
I'm not sure I've ever had Goldschlager.
I'm going to buy some for the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Well, 49ers in the game.
Oh,
so I'm gonna make a cocktail. I'm gonna make a 49er cocktail.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna do like I gotta look into this a little more.
Gold Rush.
But like, yeah, I'm gonna get like some Goldschlager and something red, like Campari or something. That sounds awful together. But I'll figure something out. I'm gonna make like a some sort of a reddish cocktail with the gold flakes in it.
That's funny. Yeah, my neighbors are my neighbors.
I just made this decision right now.
My neighbor's wife was a Gold Rush girl. She was so they're diehards. So they're going to be probably.
Am I gonna have to go to the liquor store to get Goldschlager? I don't think that's at the supermarket.
You probably have to go to Bevmo, honestly.
I can't remember the last time I've seen it.
You probably have to go to Bevmo or somewhere that has like a giant, or like you said, like a liquor store.
Yeah,
liquor store or a Bevmo. There's a Bevmo right up the street.
Yeah. Well, we've gone 35 minutes.
Yeah, see,
I haven't covered a single thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's Rome. People are lifting in Rome right now.
People are lifting in Rome.
Morgan did well.
Harrison did well.
Harrison did very well. Swept silver.
And then Wes is lifting soon.
Wes lifts soon. Yeah, I mean, technically, as of right now, the way things are kind of looking, CK could have 2 of the 4 male athletes on the Olympic team.
It's entirely possible.
Very possible, especially with lifting 158, 195, and probably can do 200 as an 81 is like going to get him probably on the team.
That's pretty good.
Like, I mean, and I don't see, like, it'd take something pretty shocking for Harrison, I think, not to make the team.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think Wes, as things are going, he stays healthy. He's kind of like, shoo-in. Looking good. So, yeah, I mean, for the guys' side, that'd be kind of cool to have 2 out of 50% of the guys on our squad.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, I mean, comp PR for Harrison.
Yeah.
Big move and big weight, man. That's light. 81 kilos.
Yeah, that's
light.
It's pretty small.
That's fucking 185 pounds.
Yeah.
Snatching 158.
Yeah. Clean jerk 195. Probably
good for 200.
200. Yeah. That's great.
Wild.
Well, there we go.
That's kind of the number. It's funny, like real quick before we go. Those are kind of like the numbers that I was watching guys do on the, Olympic level in 2013 in the 77 kilo class, from, the Japanese.
Right.
Like that's kind of like numbers guys were hitting.
Yeah.
They were hitting a little bit more. Like Lou was like snatching like 175 or whatever.
Yeah.
But like clean and jerking like 200, 205.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, we're
not too far off.
This is obviously like years ahead, but we're also clean athletes and it's also a different sport for us.
Yeah. Well, things are doing well for us right now. I mean, the Jordan De La Cruz, like her numbers at 49, she clean and jerked was a 108, weighing 49. Mm-hmm. And they basically her total, looking for if, in the event that she went to the Olympics, whatever, like it looks like her total would be like 3rd or 4th place type thing.
Yeah.
And this is just a little meet and she's young.
Mm-hmm. She got time.
Yeah.
Time on her side. Yeah. So there's some weightlifting talk.
There we go. That's a different podcast though.
Yeah.
Weightlifting talk.
It doesn't exist anymore. So
there we go.
Right. He's changed it. It's Red Circle Radio.
There we go. All right. This has been a particularly a little bit longer episode.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's all right. Welcome back. We will. So moving forward, just let you know what's up. There'll be some of each. Sometimes they might need to be solo shows. Sometimes there'll be the both of us in here. So we'll make sure to kind of
you get what you
annotate that. You get what you get. You don't throw fit.
You don't.
Or do throw fit. Just email us podcast@caffeineandkilos.com. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. And, don't forget to buy Candyland and start betting on it.
Yep. There you go. And also while you're at it, sign up for a coffee of the month. Delicious coffee every month. Different.
Worldwide tour.
All around the world.
The world tour.
There we go.